Hi, welcome to F&M Tarot. My name is Venner. Today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Gemini. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. So Gemini, the cards are the Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Queen of Cups for you guys is saying that your emotional state hasn't been the best of late for some, and for some of you a long time. Could be feelings surrounding the world, the economic situation, the pandemic, relationships. This is platonic, romantic, or professional, or just where you are in life. And it's asking you at this time, as you heal through this, really dive in deep, because as Cups deals with emotions and feelings, it's really asking us to examine these things we hold in. So it's asking you, so for relationships, for example, whether some of us have these ideas of, you know, what the opposite sex are, like, oh, men are like this, or women are like that, or there's no good men, no good women, they only want this, they only want that, etc., etc., etc. It's asking us to really examine that, because a lot of when we say that, we label all genders are like that, whereas really it was just one individual, one bad experience. So if you have one bad experience or two bad experiences, that's still two bad experiences divided by 8 billion people, which is not even, it's not even a statistic. And it's not diminishing what you experience, but it's asking you to go into that experience and examine the whole thing, like what actually happened. Like, yes, the other person might have lied, might have deceived you, might have mistreated you, and that's shame on them, because you don't mistreat people, and karma is a thing, and they will get their justice on divine timing. But it's asking us that, did we give our power away? Did we want the relationship or the encounter so bad that we missed red flags? Or did we simply just go for it without considering all the other factors? Now, I'm not saying this was deserved in any way, but it's asking for us to examine the relationship from the point of, what were the lessons from this, so we can heal from this. So if there's pain from it, let's feel, process, and release. If there are better ways we can do things in regards to meeting someone new, let's see how we can do things better. Like, the thing with relationships is, yeah, you like someone, but you don't necessarily tell them you like them. You show them, or you give signs, you give signals, you do actions. Perhaps it's a better way to go doing things a bit more romantic, rather than, oh, hey, I like you. Perhaps we can do things in a way that we imply it and allow things to happen. So yeah, so a lot of these relationships blocks we have, how we heal them isn't just holding on to the belief that it's the other person, blame them, but you hold on to all the stuff there. It's asking us to release it, to nurture ourselves and release it and move on from it. Because what you went through isn't a life sentence. It isn't saying, oh, well, you can have this forever and ever. No. It was an experience that was unfortunately unsavory. It happened, but we must learn from it to move on from it, because there are many other lessons the universe will give us so we can learn, grow, and develop. Otherwise, we'll always be stuck at a level and we'll never grow, and we wonder why our soulmate isn't here, or why the opportunities aren't coming here, because we're still holding on to old things that no longer serve us, that are keeping us grounded like an anchor in the sea. Now it's time to remove that anchor so we can move forward. And part of moving forward is reflected in the Seven of Pentacles. It's asking us to really reflect, take an audit of our life. What we do very well, awesome, we do more of that, or we can streamline it, or we can do things to leverage to other things so we continue to do well. What we don't do well, let's examine it. Let's go there. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's fearful. But this is how we get better in life. Now, you're probably thinking, well, no, I can't do that. I'm not like that. I'm not lucky, or I'm not a superhero. Neither are all the people you look up to, like celebrities and these fitness people or these people you admire. They struggle too. They struggle on a daily basis. They just put a brave front on with a smile and makeup and whatnot, but they struggle too. The difference is that they do the work, they get it done. Some do it better than others. Some pay people to do it, but they get it done, and it gets done. And so it's asking us to examine our life. Are we in a job we no longer like? Right, if I don't like this job, do I look for another one? Or do I seek a promotion? Or do I change industries? If I'm not liking where my finances are, let's look at the finances. Are we getting too much takeout? Can we perhaps cut it back? Do we have too many subscription services? Let's cut it back, or let's get rid of it. Are we blocking our abundance by having fear-based ideas and attitudes? Let's do some healing so we can match the vibration so we can attract it in. Are we still having conflicts with people and confrontations that really rob us of our inner peace and our groundedness and our sovereignty? Perhaps we need to get rid of some people, avoid some people, speak to them less, or simply tell them to fuck off. Whatever you choose. Let's order and examine our life, see where we are, what do we need to do? And that's what the Pentacles talks about. And also, if you look at the Wands, it had the individual is holding a staff. You can turn to your friends for help. If you don't know something, hey, so-and-so, what do I do about this? Hey, so-and-so, what do you think about that? I mean, they might say, look, you do this or you do that, or hey, I know someone, and you meet someone and bang, opportunities happen. And you simply, when you take a chance, you don't know what could be waiting for you. So, too often we overthink things, but we overthink things, but we take very little to no action. And that's what's required in this world now, is taking action wherever possible to move forward. Like, the time of thinking and planning and being fear is done. Like, where we are now as a society, as the world, is that anything you want, the universe is ready to match it, but we have to meet halfway and be ready to start. We can't just be like, oh, no, I'm not ready. No, the time to start is now. And for some of you, again, I'm getting, you're examining the world, like, what next? What's happening? For some of you, I feel like you're very stagnant where you are at this time. You're not sure how to proceed forward. There could be the lack of opportunities, could be just the energy of where you are. I get a sense a lot of you are sort of struggling on that front. And again, it comes down to, you don't want to make the wrong move, or you don't want to make a mistake. You can never make a mistake when you actually try and do something to really improve your life and take a leap of faith. You can never go wrong. It's only when you don't take action and you stew on it and you overthink it that causes the most damage, because it just creates more negativity within us. I think for a lot of yous, and which is why I drew an extra card, flew out of the deck, is you've got the Ten of Wands. And what I feel a lot of you, Gemini, you carry a lot of people. A lot of people rely on you. They like being around you. Like you're kind of like their best friend, their savior of types. I'm not saying savior is a relationship, but they really gravitate towards you. And I feel like a lot of you are held back either by the friendship, the connection, or their thoughts of you if you do something, because all of a sudden they're gonna. Because to be a bit more selfish is what I think some of you need to do, is to take a step away from people, focus on you, focus on what you're doing, because for anything to get done, you need time. And with time, you need no distractions. And, your friends that are cool with you, you're going to understand, yeah, he's doing his thing. Let him be, I'll see him when I see him. But then there's some people who will be like, oh, what? Are you too good for us now? Or what? You don't have time for me now. Oh. And then you sort of realize, well, hang on. So this friendship was based on what I offered, not a mutual thing, which is what true friendships are. It's two ways, not just what you can get, what you can give. So I feel like a lot of you Gemini out there need to also take stock of your friendship circles, your networks, your colleagues, your family, and start dropping people that no longer serve you. And dropping isn't necessarily cut them out, although if they want to hurt you or judge you or make an issue of it, well, you go, all right, we'll see you when I see you. And, sometimes you might not see them ever again. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's just realizing who's important, who's on the path with you, or who's supports your goals, dreams, and ambitions, and who's just a blow-in, just someone that just comes in and goes. And really start to put people where they need to be. Like maybe I don't need to see him every day, or I don't need to hang out with her all the time. And it's just releasing the burden of holding on to people, which then creates space for you to then